Hello, fabulous Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2015, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month in love it is for you. I love this month for you, but the energy is not so evident, okay? I gotta say. And that's largely because we have some really quiet energy taking place for much of the month. And other than some real breakthrough moments set to take place sort of in the later part of the month, I think a lot of what's going to be taking place, especially on the love front, is going to have to do with what's happening sort of in secret. Maybe so secret that you're not aware of it, or in secret to the sense that you are keeping things very close to the chest. You are not allowing things to get out for a variety of different reasons. It may be that you just want to nurture what you have, spend time alone with this person. It may be, I gotta say, you know, I'm always going to be honest with you, right? Always. Like, I'll say it in a nice way because I believe the universe is nice. I'll say it in an empowering way because I believe that the universe and everything that happens ultimately is about our empowerment, is about us moving towards greater love and greater wisdom. But I'll always say it. I'll always say it. So I got to say, there's an element here for some Cancerians out there where you might be doing something that you're keeping secret because you know that if you were more forthright about it, the people around you would say, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Why are you going in that direction? Why are you participating in this type of situation? Or why are you with this person or with this type of person? So in order to avoid that, I do think some Cancerians out there, a small number of Cancerians out there, while there is this really private energy playing out in the love front for much of this month, that really is going to be part of the dominant energy taking place this month. Now, it really does all start with this seeing the past differently, seeing the past with fresh eyes, understanding the dynamics that have led you to where you are today. And there is going to be some Cancerians out there that might be surprised by some news that you hear about an ex in the early part of the month. So somebody, not just any old ex, this would be somebody who was important to your past, that you, when you think about the past in love, your early loves, this person or situation would come to mind most. And I think there's likely to be some news that sort of surprises you, might even take you aback a little bit. And I gotta say, this sky and this eclipse, it does look like you may realize that somebody else has moved on. You may come to find out that somebody else has moved on, and it surprises you, actually. And so this ultimately is really good because this eclipse is about lights coming on, truth being aired out, and on the other side of it, finding real peace and possibility and happiness and optimism as a result. So it's almost as if you need this to happen to free yourself of any kind of lingering expectation that might be there for you. So that's the case for some Cancerians out there, but that may be playing out as well. But ultimately, lots of really quiet energy. And like I said, you may decide to start something or be in something that you're keeping sort of very private. Ultimately, it's up to you. You know where your learning is. You know where your growth is. You know what feels right and what doesn't. So if it feels right and you want to keep it quiet, then of course, you know, I'm always one to say, trust yourself above and beyond anything that anyone else might say to you. Trust yourself. And so if that's where your learning is leading you, but just do be mindful a little bit. And because the thing is, with people of your sign, with strong Cancerian energy, tend to be very sensitive as well. And so there's one aspect of it that, yeah, there's some things you don't want to share because you don't want other people to interfere with something that ultimately you believe is good. But there's also times when you don't want to share because you know that other people are going to give you an opinion that maybe you don't want to hear. Be mindful of who you think is going to judge you. Don't share with them. Check in with yourself regularly so that you know what your own motivations are, but ultimately you know your best way forward. But it is going to be, once we get to the later part of the month, and we've got Mars and Pluto speaking, that it does suggest things sort of come sort of much more to your awareness, to your understanding. Now, these two planets still have a secretive energy to them, but there's a change in your perception. A friend facilitates a change in perception of your romantic life. So something, whether they say it indirectly or directly, it is going to be a friend that in some way makes you see where you are in love differently. And that in turn allows you to feel more empowered to make a change that ultimately leads you to feel strong. So it's a positive awareness that comes about at that time. So those of you in an established bond, you know, spend time, if you're inspired, to spend time sort of away from others and just with your partner, then of course, trust that, okay? But again, there's changes on the home front as well this month. So this could be, I gotta say, if you're living with somebody, you're in a committed partnership, but it hasn't been really working, you're gonna be more honest with yourself. And as I said in the general focused horoscope, I think some Cancerians are gonna surprise themselves by moving. They're going to be like, I'm out of here. So I think they may end up actually surprising themselves. So that does look like a possibility playing out. So if you're in a situation you're not crazy about and it's been ongoing for a little while, you're going to be more honest with yourself about that and make changes as a result. For some of you out there, as I said, whether you're open to meeting somebody new, regardless of your current circumstances, anything that does come up now would likely be very quiet, sort of behind the scenes for varying motivations. Those of you who are dating somebody as well, there is going to be this element of, okay, how much can I really share about this person? Whom is it safe to share with? These are the types of questions that are going to be coming up for you. And again, open to meeting somebody new. It looks like there's an element of needing to play it really close to the chest. For those of you open to meeting somebody new, I do think that, you know, as I said, a friend facilitates a change in understanding of your romantic circumstances. So if you're in an established bond, a friend is going to help you understand what has been differently in a way that brings you closer and helps you feel more committed. This could also be, if you're open to meeting somebody new, a friend, sort of you considering a friend as a possibility as a lover or as a partner, which could be a possibility for you, but some interest is likely to be expressed in the second part of the month, and how you want to move forward with that ultimately looks like it makes you feel good. So how you want to move forward with that is going to be up to you as well. What I love about this month for you is that you are coming to a deeper understanding of your intuition and your instincts. And it is going to be your intuition that helps you to decipher what is happening and what isn't, what is safe, in terms of what not only you want to share with others, but also where it is that you're choosing to trend in the realm of relationship. Stuff is happening for you, changing on a level of energy for you, on a level of the emotional states that you hold and that you understand. This ultimately is going to help you change the vibration that you're using to attract what it is that you want. So allow those shifts to take place. You're learning some really important things that are going to change things for you in important ways that ultimately are moving you towards greater love than you've known before.